We've been given one final teaser before the Automatons beta, and it finally confirms something that a lot of you have been wanting to know for a very long time. If you've missed any of the previous teasers for the update and want to get caught up before the beta releases, there's an Automatons playlist on the top right and in the description below that goes through everything they've revealed so far. But for now, let's take a look at this final teaser. This teaser is to announce the live stream for the Automatons beta on Thursday the 16th of February at 6 PM UTC. Now, just because this is an announcement for a live stream, that doesn't mean they haven't snuck in some very interesting details into this picture. For those curious about the beta, we don't currently know how we'll be able to get it, but we do know that it'll be available for both PC and Xbox. But when it's revealed how to get it, I will definitely be making a video on that, so like and subscribe if you'd like to see that. So, let's start with the AI blocks. We can finally see large grid variants of the AI blocks. Over here on the left, we can see a large grid version of the AI task-basic. To the left of that, we can see a large grid version of the AI move-flight. To the left of that, hiding behind the logo, we can see what we believe is called the AI combat-defensive. Now, it's worth noting that the AI move-flight is yellow. Now, when you place one of these, the default color is green, and we know that when they're active, they change to blue, but we don't know what yellow means yet. If we think about it in terms of batteries, we know that they're green when they're both on discharge and recharge. If they're on specifically recharge, they're yellow, and if they're on specifically discharge, they're blue. So if you think about this in the context of the AI blocks, if we equate discharge and active, that is still blue. When it's on automatic, the batteries are green, and the AI block is green when it's, I guess, on automatic. And yellow means recharge for the battery, so presumably yellow means not active, I guess? Although I'd assume that's what green means. If you have any theories on this, let me know with a comment below. It's also worth noting that there's an L on the front of the AI move-flight. Now, the two other AI blocks we can see, we can't see this L, so what this L means, I don't know. We do see some text written on the other AI blocks on here, which we'll get to later, but even with that information, it's not really clear what this L stands for. Below these three AI blocks, we can see 3 copies of the event controller. Now, if you're interested in what the event controller does, we've done many videos in the past looking at it, but this time I'm actually more interested in the block in between the event controllers. We have some sort of grated vent block. Now, I don't think this is an air vent, like one that depressurizes and pressurizes rooms, as those typically have lights on them to indicate the pressurization status. And because also there's another one in this teaser which definitely is a new air vent block. It has 2 arrows on it here, which looks like the grated part slides down. Potentially this can open up into some sort of new passage. We'll have to wait and see. Although it may tie into this block to the right of it. Now, this is a block we saw in the leaked screenshots for the DLC that is coming alongside this update, and many people speculated that this is some sort of maintenance hatch that opens up and you can crawl through. Well, if we look back up to where the AI blocks are, we can see that this maintenance patch does indeed open up, and there's a little engineer popping his head out from it. So going back to our grated block from before, I'd guess that this part of it slides down, and this is also a maintenance hatch that you can go into. Now, I'll be honest, I'm very excited for this, because these maintenance hatches are something I've always wanted in the game. But it also does mean you're going to have to put up with people calling you a sussy backer every time you enter an exit event. Now, there's a couple of cool things hidden behind the purple box here, so with a little bit of Photoshop magic, that's much better. Now, what immediately stuck out to me was the suspension on this rover here, and that was quite simply, it's too big. I was looking at this for ages and thinking, are these new suspension blocks? Because they're much bigger than I remember them being. However, it's not the suspension that's too big, it's the wheels are smaller. I think these are 2x2 wheels. If I show you in game here, you can see that this is a 3x3 wheel on a normal suspension, and you can see that the top of the wheel reaches the top of the suspension at the maximum height. These wheels are lower than that, and they're definitely not 1x1 wheels, so it looks like 2x2 wheels are coming to the game. Again, this is something I've always wanted to be added, and we're finally getting it. I can't wait to make actually normal sized rovers in Space Engineers, rather than having these comically large wheels on them. To the right of the wheel and the small grid event controller, we can see a vent block. Now, I'll be honest, I didn't actually know there was a small grid air vent, but you know, every day's a school day, and the small grid air vent we have in the game currently is a half block, like the large grid variant of it. And this one appears to be a full block, and above it you can see that there's a conveyor cap to presumably hide the conveyor port above it. So we now have a small grid, full block air vent. So potentially, there's one coming for large grids as well. Oh wait, here it is. I can't tell you how many comments I've had about people asking for a 1x1 air vent, and it's finally here. So to all of you that have been begging keen to add this, it's finally paid off. On this top section here by the air vent, you can see that there are lots of conveyor caps. Once again, these are different to the conveyor caps that were shown off in the leaked screenshots for the DLC, so I'm leaning more into my theory that there will be conveyor caps added in this update, but there will also be cosmetic variants of them added in the DLC as well. We can also see 2 more of these maintenance hatches, and presumably these are maintenance hatches behind as well, that don't have the door on them potentially, so that you can crawl through this. I'd imagine there'd have to be 3-way variants actually. You wouldn't be able to get through this section here to get left and right. To the left of the air vent and the conveyor caps, we can see a block that says rear panel on the back. Now I believe this is the back of a large grid AI block for 2 reasons. Number 1, if we come back over to our large grid AI move-flight, we can see that it has text on the side here that's obscured. But we can also see, if we move over to this drone here, that it also has text on the side. So presumably these Fs indicate the front of the AI blocks, and the block in the corner is the back of one of these AI blocks. Once again, 2 of these AI blocks are yellow, which based on the logic earlier we're presuming means they're disabled. Now there are 2 event controllers on this drone, so potentially these event controllers detect something and then they toggle the AI blocks on and off depending on what they need. I find it weird that the AI move-flight and that this other AI block that we don't know the name of are both disabled, but there are 2 AI task blocks on here that are both enabled. Surely you'd want one AI task enabled and then you toggle the other on with the event controller and not have the AI move one turned off. It is possible that these were just turned off for the screenshot, as I can't imagine having this AI turned on for a screenshot would be very helpful, but we'll have to wait and see as we currently don't know how any of this works. It's also worth mentioning that on the top of this drone there are 2 conveyor caps, and there's also 2 on the bottom left and the bottom right of it. Again, these are different to the ones we've seen in the leaked screenshots for the DLC, so presumably a variant will be added to the base game for free, and then the DLC will include a cosmetic variant of the small grid one as well. Now there's a lot more AI blocks dotted around this teaser, but they're all ones we've seen before, and there's not any additional information on them, so I haven't mentioned them. But if you think I've missed anything in this teaser, let me know with a comment below. There's one more teaser we quickly need to look at before we end this video, so let's check it out. This video was posted on Space Engineers' social media before the livestream was announced, and it once again shows off the pathfinding of the new AI blocks. Now, I'm going to let this teaser play out in full, as there's not any details I need to pause and focus in on, and I'll just explain what this teaser appears to be showing us. In the previous AI pathfinding teaser we saw, it showed a drone flying forwards and backwards between the same 2 points. This teaser, however, appears to show the drone pathing between multiple points. It appears to fly to a waypoint, and then once it's reached that waypoint, it receives a new waypoint to travel to, and it turns around and flies to that instead. Once again, it shows how good this AI is at navigating around grids, flying around this base and into and out of this hangar. So we can expect a massive improvement over the AI pathfinding currently in the game. There also seems to be a lot more debug information on the screen this time than there was on the last pathfinding teaser we saw, and the drone appears to project some kind of cone in front of it. But we're so close to getting our hands on this that I'll just wait until Thursday to find out what this actually is, rather than speculating on it. Now I'll leave you with the remaining of the AI pathfinding footage, as I don't know if you can hear, but I'm quite ill and I can feel my medication wearing off. So as always, like and subscribe for more Space Engineers content.